Kirsty, welcome to, although you're here loads, the studio and DoTheWorkHQ and the DoTheWork Podcast.
Thank you.
So got you in today, obviously, to have a little bit of a casual chat, really. You are, at this moment now, in the gym PTing, but what I wanted to do is an opportunity for you to introduce yourself and a little bit about your background and all of that. So we're going to reverse all the way back to when you started getting into fitness. So if you could give me a little bit about what was it that started your interest or got you into the fitness the first time around?
So I started running. Running was my first point of fitness. Me and my friend joined up running and we did the couch to 5k. And then, it's been since then.
Yeah, because you told me a few times you did a running club, right? So is that how you did the couch to 5k? Did you do it yourselves or did you?
No, we did it through the running club. They started a couch to 5k. So we used to go every Thursday and ran with them and then did some in our own time at home. Yeah,
because there's like how many times a week have you got to do when you do couch to 5k? It's quite a few, isn't it?
3.
Yeah, so you've got to go. You did your Thursday night and then okay.
Twice at home.
So that was your first entry into fitness. You hadn't done anything like that before?
I did aerobics, but
my mum did aerobics.
What are you trying to say? I'm old.
No, I'm just telling you my mum did it. You read into that what you will.
No, I used to go to aerobics twice a week.
Yeah, nice. No, genuinely, my mum used to go and she was like leisure centre or something like that, I think.
That's what it was.
That was the thing back then. Aerobics, then when I was at Total Fitness, the ladies loved step aerobics. That was really popular.
Like that.
Yeah. There was one guy who used to do it, and then it was just a room full of women and this one guy, and he obviously loved it. But yeah, so you did the run club. What was what sparked the motivation? Why did you want to do it? Why did you want to get into running?
I don't know, if I'm being honest. I just thought I'd give it a go.
Yeah. So it was like fitness, it was like weight loss, or you just wanted something to do?
Just something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was most people there's motivation? The people around you in the running club, were they all doing couch to 5k as well?
Some were, some weren't. A lot of them did it to get into races and to train for marathons and things like that.
Yeah. But we'll probably get to this. You're not massively motivated by stuff like that, are you? To be fair, you just doing stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you started the running club, that got you moving, got you into fitness, got you doing couch to 5k. What happened then from there?
Then I did go to the gym, but I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I didn't know what a rep was, what a set was. I just went and just did my own thing. I might have done about 4 or 5 things. Yeah, didn't have a clue.
It's because I think that's most people when they go to the gym for the first time. That's exactly what they do. They either don't get through the door because they don't know what to do, or they go through the door and they don't know what to do and they fumble around and they go for a bit. Maybe they try some stuff out and then they end up on the treadmill and then they quit or they just don't go.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
2 or 3 times I did it.
2 or 3 times as in you joined the gym and then you stopped and then
went back.
Right.
And stopped. Yeah.
And what do you think what do you see looking back now as the biggest reason why you didn't stick with it and why you stopped?
Because you're not shown enough, do you know what I mean? They just kind of give you a quick tour of it and what each equipment does. And that's it. I didn't like to go and ask because I felt a bit embarrassed.
And I think that is probably how most people feel, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that's where the problem lies for most people is that they might muster up the courage to join the gym. They might even muster up the courage to go to the gym, but then once they've gone to the gym, they just don't have a clue what to do. And I think it can be an intimidating environment, especially in a commercial gym. That's why obviously this, as we know, is different, but it's still getting people through the door, isn't it? To get them to understand that there is sort of help there for them. But there definitely needs to be more support for people when they come into the gym for that first time. Back in the day, when I started, everyone got an induction. And as a gym instructor, you would write them a program. So they would book in for a session, you'd show them around the gym, and then you would write them a program for like 6 weeks or 8 weeks, and then you'd see them again in 6 or 8 weeks. And that was part of the membership.
Right.
And then, like with anything in life now, they just started taking more and more things away. Fitness instructors just became teaching classes and cleaning, and then nobody got that anymore. So I think people are even more confused now than probably what they used to be, you know. So did you do that on your own when you went to the gym and didn't go to the gym, didn't know what to do? Or
yeah, once, twice I went on my own, and then I went with a friend.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then after that, so you went a few times, obviously didn't really make much progress and what have you. So what was the next point for you?
Well, obviously I had kids, so I couldn't do anything for some time. I got into the running, so obviously I did that because obviously they were in bed when I did it. And it's only been in the last 2 or 3 years that I've gone back to the gym and got back into training.
Interesting. So I think a lot of people relate to that with the whole kids thing. And was that a time thing? Is that why you couldn't do it then?
Most probably, and money as well.
Yeah. It's just priorities were there. That's a challenge that I think a lot of people have, isn't it? It's mostly that. I see it with my sister at the minute. It's just time.
Their activities come before yours.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then you end up bottom of the list. And I see that so many times with the ladies that come to me. You know, they want to make a change. They don't want to be, let's say, as overweight as they are or as unfit as they are or what have you, but they just can't possibly either fit it in because they haven't got the support structure there, or they don't know what to do or whatever. So I do think that is also common. So, okay, so let's fast forward to 2 or 3 years ago when you started getting back into it. So what was the next step there for you?
So obviously I saw Lisa's transformation and I was like, I want a bit of that. So that's when I got in touch with yourself. Yeah.
So you started almost 2 years ago. So you started, I remember you came to the Boxing Day session that we did, that was just talking about the other day. So you came with Lisa for that, didn't you? And then you were set to start. So you were doing one-to-one with me. We started in January. And then tell me about your journey from there.
So obviously I come to you twice a week, and I went to the gym as well. And I enjoyed it. Do you know what I mean? Where before I didn't really enjoy it. You just went. It was like a chore. But now I enjoy going. And I used to, not embarrassed, but it was like, shit, is anybody looking at me kind of thing. But now I just think they're all there to do exactly the same as what you're doing, you know. And obviously there's always that space in the gym where the big men go. And I'll always avoid that. It's just me. But I don't feel embarrassed. I just go and I just do the work.
That's a great pun. Where did you get that from?
Who knows?
So, all right, cool. So enjoying it is a big part of it. And you'd gone from not knowing what to do to starting to enjoy it. So the bit I want to lean into now is getting across the value of having a PT and having a coach for you, but then for also people who are listening to understand, you know, why they should think about hiring a coach. So as well as starting to enjoy it, what else was it that helped you fit into your life, I suppose, in a routine and a structure where you never had that before? What was it about having a coach that helped you?
So obviously before when I went to the gym, I didn't know what I was doing. And obviously having you as a one-to-one coach, you showed me what to do when I go to the gym. You're watching every move that I make, which is good. I like that. Do you know what I mean? So if I am doing it wrong, you're able to tell me that I'm doing it wrong. So yeah. Yeah.
And then I know a big piece of it for you as well, though, is the accountability, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like you said, having someone, yes, whilst you're in the gym, but then I know quite often you've come to me and said, I want you to be on me. I want you to tell me if I've not done something. I want you to chase me and stuff. So that's something that you wanted from it. And I think mostly people know what they need to do. in terms of if they want to lose weight specifically. They might not need to know how to do a certain exercise or whatever. But as I'm in a conversation with someone today, a current client, and she roughly knows what she needs to do with her nutrition, and she knows she needs to do more steps, but she just needs to do it. And I think the missing piece often is the accountability. So having someone to make sure that you go to the gym or to follow up on your whatever that might be. So I know that was a big part of it for you.
Yeah.
What would you highlight as like the most important or the best part of it?
People say to me, why do you do it? And I enjoy it. It's the only thing I do. I don't go out much, but I come here and I enjoy, and it's the people that I meet, obviously in your group training sessions. It's just like a little family.
Yeah. So the community aspect is quite a big piece of it for you as well. It's feeling like you're sort of part of something, isn't it? Because you can go to the gym and you can go through the motions, and there might be 4,000 or 5,000 members at a commercial gym. You don't know any of them, and they just walk past you and all of that. And even the staff, like, they're not really that bothered. I think that's the difference with somewhere like this being and correct me if I'm wrong, but in my opinion, it being a private gym environment, it's a lot easier to build closer relationships somewhere like this than it is, say, in other gyms, let's say. I can speak from experience, having been a PT in a commercial gym and a PT here. The community is much tighter here than it was there, because there's just too many people around. There's too much going on. Whereas now, like the Christmas parties and the get-togethers and stuff like that, people form tighter bonds and better relationships, I think, as a result of it being a private gym. Okay, so what sort of results have you got, and what sort of things have you done whilst you've been doing your PT with me?
So obviously, like your 12-day of Christmas transformation, I have lost 22 pounds. All right, it's taken me nearly 2 years, but I'm not bothered. Slow and steady. That's how I like it. And with that, I've got back into my running, because I did stop running. So I've got back into that, and I've done a few 10Ks. I'm hoping maybe next year I'd like to try and train for a half marathon. We did Scarfell Pike last year, so we trained for that. We're doing Born Survivor, so that's something else that we're training for. But yeah, and I see a difference in my body. I see a difference in myself. Crikey, I couldn't lift the weights that I'm lifting now about 5-10 years ago, and wouldn't be able to do it.
And all of that's great, and you have achieved a lot. I think the bit I want to sort of delve into with you, because you really value the whole like slow and steady way of doing it. So for someone who doesn't really understand what does slow and steady look like, how have you managed to achieve that slow and steady over that period of time? Does it mean that you've had to give up loads of stuff? Does it mean you've had to be sort of super strict? Like, what's the sort of strategy you've used?
No, I've enjoyed every bit. I go on holiday, I've gone weekends away. Food, I love food. Anybody that knows me knows that I love food, and I won't give up any type of food for anybody. So it's just, like I said, it's just slow and steady. If you're going out, you just have that one meal, bad meal, well, whatever you want to call it, and then I just get back on track the next day. Before, it used to be I'd have that one bad meal, and that just used to be the bad weekend. Start again on Monday, and then I'd end up again on the Saturday being bad, and it was just a circle, and I wasn't getting anywhere. But now I've learned to control that. So
yeah, I think you just described what most people do when it comes to dieting, right? They start on a Monday, they're really, in inverted commas, good. You know, they get through to say Thursday or maybe even Friday afternoon, and then it just goes like completely like tits up from there, basically. And then it then runs into Sunday, and then it's, you know, Mackey's breakfast, hangover, whatever. And then it's always starting again on a Monday, like you said. So you've managed to sort of break that cycle.
Yeah.
How have you managed to do that, do you think? What is it that's different now than it was before? Any idea?
Because the only person I was cheating was myself, and I wasn't getting anywhere. I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted. So I just thought enough's enough. So yeah.
Yeah.
Now when I do have one bad meal, that's it. It's just that one meal. And then next day I just get back on it.
Yeah, it's straight back in the flow, isn't it? For me, it's accepting that those like bad, whatever you want to frame them as, bad meals, good meals. Some people don't like calling them bad.
No.
Whatever.
Cheat meals, cheat
yeah,
day.
cheap. Like whatever you want to call it. It's a case of, for me, just accepting that they're actually part of the whole thing. They're part of life. They're part of the journey. They're supposed to be there because it's never going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And as long as you just slip back into normal habits and routines after, that's fine. It's when, like you say, that one meal, whatever it is, meal out, takeaway, night out, then just sort of like, runs off into the next few days, and then it goes into that cycle. So it's being able to have the habits in place, the structure, the routine, and to some point the accountability to just slip back into the stuff that you should be doing. And to be honest, you feel better as a result of that anyways, don't you? Like,
oh, yeah.
You feel naff after you've eaten sometimes even like one bad meal. You can feel a bit sluggish and whatever. 3 or 4 days you do that, then you don't go to the gym, then you don't do your steps, and then the cycle just goes on, and eventually till you've got a bit of motivation again to kind of get going again. So I think that's really important. So yeah, I think that's really useful for people to hear. So you've achieved all of that. You've done, like you said, Scarfell, 10 kilo weight loss, running, got back into that. Then you decided, and it was your idea, by the way, not mine, but you decided that you wanted to do your PT course with the Academy. So what was the inspiration there?
I like helping people, no matter what it is. I just thought, why not? Hopefully I can quit my 9-to-5 job and be my own boss kind of thing, and start helping people. Hopefully not be where I am, but help them achieve things that I've achieved.
Yeah, I love that, and I think that's the right reason to get into it. I think most people start there, but I mean, we'll get to this in a second, so we'll circle back to where I was going to go then. But the next piece was, how did you find the course? Like, what was your experience of doing the course and stuff?
Oh, it was good. It was good. Yeah, really enjoyed it. The other guys who were on the course were great. Couldn't have picked a better bunch of people. Yeah, definitely. And you and Toby. Yeah, we had a laugh. And
now, sort of fast forward to getting qualified. So you're sat in here now, obviously working out of here and stuff. You've got your first client working on Sunday with Sarah. So you're about a month into that-ish at this moment in time. So how have you found that so far?
Yeah, I couldn't have picked a better first person to train. Sarah's lovely. I think because obviously she's been with yourself before, she had a rough idea of what she were doing. So yeah, she was great for me for my first client.
Yeah,
definitely.
a nice transition.
Yeah.
So what is it? Obviously I know the answer to this, but just to share this for the people that are listening and stuff, what is your intentions now? You've got the qualification, obviously you want to start working with clients and stuff like that. What is it that you want to help them with? I know earlier you said sort of maybe the experience that you've had, is that what you're aiming to do, trying to find people like yourself that were struggling to help? I mean, I'll send the floor to you.
Yeah, and to make them feel better about themselves. I mean, I don't think there's anybody out there who likes the body 100%. I mean, we were talking about it the other day, weren't we? I mean, I'm not happy with my body. I don't think I ever will be, but it's just getting comfortable with it.
Yeah, but you're happier. I think that's it. It's definitely a journey. It's a spectrum. There's always going to be, nothing's binary, is it? Like, love it, hate it. I think you're always going to pick at stuff from whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You can definitely go through that journey of improving how you feel about it. But there's always going to be these little periods where like I suppose, like I was saying, like I'm in at the minute, like I'll tend to like a few pounds here and there that I need to lose. I'm at a moment in time now where like I could do with losing a few pounds. So like, I don't love it at the minute, but I'm only a few pounds away.
Yeah.
I think that's the key thing. Like you said, like not letting it go too far so that, you know, you've got 2 stone to lose or something like that. You can keep yourself within a few pounds. It's not too bad. But so circling back to that. So in terms of who you're looking to help and stuff like that, like what is it you're looking to do with your qualification now?
So obviously I'm looking for ladies over the age of 40 who just want to feel a bit more confident, you know, to be able to go on holiday and still wear a bikini, no matter whether they're 40 or whether they're 55, you know, for them to still feel good in a bikini and still feel a bit sexy.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it, isn't it? And I think the reason I'm happy to have both you and Lucy here now is I obviously am a man, and there's only so much relatability I've got to females. So having 2 females here, both at slightly different stages of life, not massively different, but you know, have experienced different things. Do you know what I mean? Like you're a mum now who kids have flown the nest and all the rest of it. Lucy's still got young kids, so at different stages of life, and you'll probably find that your clients will look slightly different in terms of like, you know, the general kind of how old they are and what they do and all that sort of stuff. So I wanted to be able to have people here that people maybe wouldn't come to me for, but they might go to a woman and still have the benefit of obviously working at DoTheWork HQ and the benefits that you get from that, where maybe they wouldn't have come to me initially if it was just me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's really good, obviously, that you're here and sort of able to do that. What advice would you give to someone who was in your position when, you know, you were to and fro from the gym and not really getting anywhere? Like if there was someone there right now, they've joined the gym 2 or 3 times, started, stopped, what would you say to them?
Come to me. Yeah, no. Come here to the DoTheWork HQ because it's, you know, even though you're not in a full commercial gym, you still get the same workout here as you do at a gym. You can feel more relaxed. You're not pressured. The equipment's always available, and yeah.
So I guess what you're saying is get the support of someone that can help rather than doing it on your own.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing, isn't it? I mean, you know, I've been through periods as well where I've had a coach myself. Like whenever I've had a big goal to work towards, even though I know mostly what I need to do, I need someone to tell me what to do. And I was talking to someone today about this, like more than half of the time when I train, I'm not up for it before. I don't necessarily want to do it in that moment, but I think it's important for people to hear that, because I think that people think that we like run into the gym and like can't wait to train.
God, no.
But I know that's not the case for you, and I know it's not the case for me. And I think it's important to share that. But obviously having that support of either a coach or PT or whatever, or like you said earlier, a community around you that you want to come to that makes it a bit more inviting. Potentially maybe people that you don't necessarily want to let down, or they might go, oh, why didn't you come tonight, and text you or whatever. I think having that around you makes it much easier to show up. But it's important to remember that you need to show up regardless. So having, like you say, that appointment to come to, or that PT to come to, definitely makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah. And sometimes, I mean, when I was at the gym, I'm afraid to go and ask one of the PT, you know, instructors, and so I'd just plod on. Do you know what I mean? But you don't need to do that here, because there's just me and your client, so you don't need to feel embarrassed to ask.
And I think that's a big thing again for people, isn't it? Like it's scary going into I've heard so many stories of people driving into the car park and then parking up and then not making it through the door because they're scared of going in, right? And in a sense, they aren't that scary gyms if you've been in and you kind of like people go in and do their own thing, but you can build it up in your mind to be something that it's not, and it can seem really scary. But someone like this, it's like you say, it's just you and your client, or potentially it's a class of people or a group of people, small group of people that have been exactly where you are and they're totally supportive, and it's just a much better environment to to be in.
It's relaxed, isn't it?
It doesn't feel pressured. You don't feel like people are looking at you or watching you or, all of that stuff. So, okay, cool. So what I want to know now is there's parts of it I think have been like slightly, what would you say, difficult, like transition for you moving into the PT world from like the job that you've got currently. So what I'd love to know is what's the sort of the most challenging part so far of you becoming a PT, would you say?
Obviously the social media side of it, that's challenging for me.
Yeah.
Because that's out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, totally. And I get that. And do you know what? I've talked about this recently, like I wouldn't post much on social media now if I didn't have to do it for work. I'd tend to keep my private life fairly private now, and I'm happier with that than obviously posting it out everywhere. But, like we've said, it is, whether it's fortunate or an unfortunate part of the job. And it's an opportunity for you to obviously lean into putting yourself in something that's uncomfortable at the end of the day. Yeah. I guess, which is what, we're asking clients to do. But, I suppose it's important to look at what. It's also important for people to see what we find challenging. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes people see PTs as like superheroes, or like they're always positive, they're always happy, they're always healthy, they're always fit, they're never worried about anything, they never fear anything. But it's not the case, is it?
No.
Like I'm thinking about this, that, and the other all the time. Like, you never switch off. But I just think it's important for people to see you as human as well. Like, we're sharing all this about doing Born Survivor, lost 10 kg, done this, done that, done this. Now I'm a PT, but actually, do you know what I mean? I'm worried about this, or I'm struggling with this. And I just think it makes it a little bit more relatable to sort of share that. So thanks for sharing that. What's been the best bit? What's the most rewarding bit so far? Obviously, we're probably going to relate it to, your sort of journey with Sarah at the minute.
Yeah. Seeing how well she's doing. You know what I mean? We're taking it slowly, like I do.
Yeah.
But it's just seeing her progress week on week, when you see those emails come in saying that she's done a home workout or she's done a run and things like that.
What's something that you didn't realise would be the case when you become a PT? Like, is there something that you thought might have been slightly easier, or is there something that you would have expected to happen?
I don't know.
The bit that I'm sort of leaning into is you're very much like, if you ask someone to do something, if I ask you to do something, you'll do it, or you'll tell me you can't do it, or whatever. Whereas where I was going with this is that's not always the case with clients. No client is kind of like perfect, and it's not easy. So we've obviously had a chat so far, haven't we, about like accepting that. And again, it's important to share this for clients, because I don't expect clients to be perfect. And that's something I obviously spoke to you about, isn't it? Like, they are going to miss check-ins. They are not always going to get to the gym exactly as many times as what they should and stuff like that. And I think sometimes coming in as a PT early on, like I remember, and even going through phases where I've been really committed, I'm like, why is this person not just doing what I ask? Yeah. Like, life just gets in the way, doesn't it? I just think that's something that is important to recognise. And that was a lesson I needed to learn like quite early on for me,
Yeah, I think so for me. Because if I'm doing something, I like it done there and then. So
yeah, it's just everyone's different, isn't it? So like personality types and stuff, it's just it's something you've got to sort of accept. And like you said, everyone moves at different rates and stuff like that. So okay, so last question. We've kind of already covered it, but I think it's a good sort of way to sort of finish it off. How has your journey and the experiences that you've had shaped the way that you want to work with and coach your clients?
My journey. Oh, I must admit I've enjoyed it. It's been good, and I feel like if I was to, I don't think I could stop, because if I did, I'd just end up going back to where I started, and I don't want that, and I don't want that for any of my clients. So you've just got to keep ploughing at it.
Yeah. So in terms of like how you want to pass that on to clients, that's, I guess, just sharing that story with them. Like, how are you going to get that across to them, if that makes sense? How are you going to instill in them, like you said, that you want to, take it slow and steady and all that sort of stuff. So how do you plan to kind of like instill that in your clients' values and results?
Well, at the end of the day, it's not a race, is it? You've just got to take it one day at a time. And the main thing is that you enjoy it.
Wicked. All right. Well, thanks very much. I say for coming in, but you sort of belong here anyways. But you're going to be in here much more, and we'll do loads of other podcasts, and hopefully people will be hearing from you a little more.
Fingers crossed.